Sure. Good afternoon. Yeah, coming off an open week where we needed a little bit of time off. We played 3 or 4 away from our place, and we're a little banged up. Had some guys that needed to get healthy, and we needed to get our legs and just rest our bodies. But it was a good open week as we got to prepare 3 days of last week with good hard practices to get prepared to take on Arkansas State for this upcoming week for our second conference game. So, like I said, we needed the open date, we needed the rest, but we got it all, and we're heading in the right direction for Arkansas State this weekend.
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Stan Autry with the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Please go ahead, Stan.
Hey, good morning, Shawn.
Good morning.
I was going to write something on Brandon Wright, who's been so effective for you guys, punting and kicking off and everything. What kind of weapon, having a guy like that, what does he mean to the team with what he can do for you?
Well, in his punting, he certainly can flip the field instantly. I mean, he has one of the strongest legs, I think, in the country, and can utilize that at any moment, whether it's pinned back or his pooches or whatever he can do. He's talented in that aspect of it. His kickoffs give us the opportunity, for the touchback. So that's always a great thing when you kind of feel confident, going in that he can deliver the kicks out of the back of the end zones. And then, of course, his field goal kicking has certainly improved since we've been here. And he missed a couple of tough ones in our last ball game, but he's starting to be very, very consistent in his kicking. He has a great attitude about it, and he works to be very good at all 3 phases. When you look around the country, I don't know how many do all 3 for their football team, but he certainly has the capability to do all 3 at a high level, so we let him do that for us.
I was going to ask you, because, like you said, not many programs have the same person. How does that help you as far as roster decisions or whatever, just knowing one guy can do it all?
Well, I mean, I can tell you, it can help you in your travel plans. When you pack up all 3 phases of them and put it in one body, so we can eliminate some travel roster spots. But no, it's just comforting knowing that you have a guy that's very, very consistent in all 3 phases, and that certainly works at it and puts in the effort to be good and successful with all 3. It's very unusual. I was watching a game Saturday evening, and they were talking about, I won't reference who it was, but they said they rest their punter. He could kick it out of the back of the end zone, but they thought there was too much stress on him to have him do both. And I'm thinking to myself, too much stress. This guy punts 4 or 5 times a game. Let him go kick off 4 or 5 times a game. But Brandon doesn't blink an eye. He wants the opportunity to take the field each and every opportunity that he can, and I'm so proud of him for what he's done and who he stands for.
Like you said, he missed a couple of them late in that overtime. How did he react, and did you guys do anything to reaffirm the confidence you had in him?
Oh, no. I mean, listen, some of these things, it happens. We had an opportunity to win the football game, both offensively, defensively, and kicking, and didn't get it done. So there certainly wasn't anybody, pointing fingers at Brandon and doing all those types of things. He missed the kick, but his mentality is straight, and it's where it needs to be, and I don't have to do anything for him. Just let him keep being who he is.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks, Shawn.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Stan, our next questions come from Brad Wheeler with ThursdayNight.com. Please go ahead. Brady. Please go ahead, Brady.
Brady.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Brady. How are you?
I'm all right. Texas State kind of went against their usual plan and ran a lot more last game, and then Arkansas State's another team that's been a little bit more pass-focused. Do you think teams are going to keep switching up tendencies like Texas State did and run more until the run defense has a little more success?
Well, I can tell you what, Brady, wasn't you? I mean, I'd make them have to stop the weakness. So certainly I think, teams are going to come out and try to attack us until we can say, hey, we can stop the run. I certainly do. Arkansas State has the opportunity to do both, of course, and it looks like when you watch them on film, they like to throw it up there to their bigs and get the ball in their hand. But I'm certainly not naive enough to know that they're not going to come in here and try to run the football against us. They're going to try to establish that as well.
And then they lost their quarterback for the year, but had a new quarterback in last game, so you got a little bit of a look. Does it seem like there's much difference in his play at the position?
It didn't look like it. There was a couple interceptions late in the game that he probably would have wanted back, but he looked very, very comfortable in the pocket. We have the types of receivers that they have on the edge with their height advantage. Just getting the ball up in the air and letting the playmakers go make some plays is certainly a benefit. But I think he sat in the pocket and did things nicely. Didn't look rattled, and he was in a tight, contested ball game all night long.